let us have one more question on this. Okay. Show that one and only one out of n plus 2 n plus 4 n plus 4 is divisible by 3. Divisible by 3 means the remainder should be 0. So that means this is divisor. Okay, where n is a positive integer. Where n is positive integer, right? So now here we have to take by dividing n, if suppose if n divided by 3, then there will be some q, because Euclid division lemma needs a quotient, and r remainder. So then by EDL we get what we get, n is equal to 3q plus r. So in the previous questions we have used a as a dividend. Now here we are using directly n as this one. Okay. Now we have to show that n plus 2, n plus 4, only one is divisible by 3. n plus 2, n plus 4, only one is divisible by 3. So now we have taken first n. Okay. So now then what is r? Then r is equal to, it should be greater than 0, that means 0 will come. It is less than 3, so 0, 1 and 2. So there are 3 possible values. Okay. Now let us at every value let us find out. Okay. Let us at every value. For example, at r is equal to 0. At r is equal to 0, then what happened to n? 3q plus 0. So it is equal to 3q, and which is divisible by 3. Divisible by 3. Because 3 as the factor. When 3 as the factor, definitely it will be divisible by 3. Suppose when 7 is the factor, then this entire thing is divisible by 7. So now it is because as 3 as one of the factor, so it is divisible by 3. Now let us say at r is equal to 1, n is equal to how much? So 3q plus 1. So it has no 3, in this 3 cannot be the factor, therefore which is not divisible by, not divisible by 3. Because it is not possible to have a 3 as a factor. So now at r is equal to 2, then what happened? N is equal to 3q plus 2. So in this also we cannot take 3 as a factor. So in this case also, which is not divisible by 3. Right? So in all these 3 cases, only the first one, 3q, is divisible by 3. Okay. So in the first case we have taken n. So then this is you can have, this is case 1. Okay. So n is equal to 3q. Then only n is equal to 3q is divisible by 3. Now let us take case 2, n plus 2. Okay. That means we can apply all these things. So then what happened? we will see whether it is divisible by 3 or not. Okay, so in this case 3q is only 3q is divisible, so let us understand n plus 2 which is equal to 3q plus 2, right? So 3q plus 2, it cannot be taken 3 as common, therefore not divisible, not divisible by 3, not divisible by 3, because you cannot have a 3 as a factor in this. So therefore n plus 2 is not divisible by 3. In the same way, let us have case 3. What is the other one? N plus 4. N plus 4. So then n plus 4 is equal to 3q plus 4. So here also you cannot take 3 as a factor. So it is also not divisible by 3. So I will explain you. Suppose if it is n plus 6. So n plus 6. What happened? N is equal to 3q and this is 6. So you can take 3 as common. So 3 as common, then q plus 2. So because it has 3 as factor, therefore it is divisible by 3. This is how we have to make a factor. So here in these two cases, you cannot make 3 as factor. That is why these two things are not divisible by 3. So in all the three cases, first case, second case and third case, only n is divisible by 3. So from the above, we understand that only n is divisible by 3. So this is how we have to apply EDL in such cases. Okay.